Oh, yeah. Should be. When they play 2 or 4 points someplace, sometime like that.
It was 3 at their place, and there was 6 here.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live from Lexington Catholic, home of the 2017 43rd District Postseason Tournament, with our last play-in game tonight with a little bit of a district rivalry with the Lafayette Generals and the Lexington Catholic Knights. Thank you for joining us tonight on PrepSpin. I am Jack Haynes alongside former state championship head coach Donnie Adkins. Coach, what are your initial thoughts on tonight?
Well, Jack, both teams, you know, with the connection between Brandon Salzman and Mike Mendenhall, are going to play both basically the same style of game. They're going to press, they're going to come down, they're going to try to turn you over, get turnovers, get easy baskets, and shoot the 3. Lexington Catholic could take advantage of their height inside against Lafayette. Lafayette's not very big. Tallest guy maybe 6'3" on the inside. So it's going to be interesting to see who does not turn the ball over as many times tonight and who hits the outside 3.
Yeah, both of their previous meetings this year, Lexington Catholic has come out on top. At Lafayette, they beat them by 3, and over here at Catholic, they beat them by 6. And in both those games, Catholic won the rebounding battle by a large margin.
Lafayette just really relies on their strength from the guard position and being able to shoot the 3 like they did the other night against Tate's Creek in the first round of the district. They really knocked the bottom out of it. So tonight will be, again, do they shoot well from the outside the arc?
I remember at the beginning of the year, Coach Mendenhall mentioned that they lost a lot of their height after last year, but they got a lot faster, and especially led by Chris Wharton. He might be one of the fastest players in the 11th region.
Well, Chris is his ball handler. He takes care of it. He and Carpenter, they do a nice job. They have to take care of the ball tonight, or it could be a long night for the Generals.
Yeah, both teams coming in this one. Lafayette coming in at 15-15. And the 4th seed in the district, and Lexington Catholic 21-7. They got the 1st seed in the district after a coin flip after they beat LCA. And something really interesting about Lexington Catholic, if you go back to December 10th, since then they're 19-3. And if you go back to January 3rd, the beginning of 2017, they're 13-1. They've been one of the hottest teams in the state since then, and they've really put on a show every night they come out and play.
Well, they did a nice job. They've got, Coach Salzman does a nice job with putting it in his system. He's kept that system. Goes back to Coach Haney and how Brandon was taught from Danny. So, it's a good system. You get these kids playing it very young, and they bring them up that way.
Yeah, Lexington Catholic coming into this one with the 1 seed, Lafayette with the 4. And some of my keys tonight for Lafayette, their keys to win, they got to shoot the 3. And both games they played them earlier this year, they've combined for 18 threes, which is pretty large for them. And they got to limit the turnovers. And also they can't let 2 scorers go big for Lexington Catholic, because if you look back at both of those games, in the first game they let 2 guys go big. They actually shut down Luke Johnson. He only had 8 points, but they let Peter Whitman and Zam Payne go off for big nights. And in the second meeting, Blake Scott, Peter Whitman, Zam Payne, and Luke Johnson all had big nights, and that was what led to a larger win for Lexington Catholic. So I think they got to limit those guys and just let one guy do his thing and shut down the rest of the 4 on the court.
Well, you have to kind of keep Payne and Whitman away from the basket. I'm sure with their height and their size inside, it may give some Lafayette some trouble tonight, so they're going to have to try to offset that by either maybe zoning Lexington Catholic. They do play a lot of zone, or just making sure they box out and rebound and try to use their quickness to get inside and maybe get those big people in foul trouble early.
Yeah, another thing Lafayette wants to do is not let Johnson and Payne get to the free throw line, because both of those guys average about 4 attempts from the free throw line per game. And then for Lexington Catholic, their keys to win tonight, Number one is spread the wealth. Got to let Peter Whitman get his touches down low. He's a 65% field goal shooter on the year, which is one of the top in the state of Kentucky. And also, you got to let Blake Scott get going. If he knocks down his first 1 or 2 3-pointers, that can keep him hot the rest of the game and really boost his confidence. And the second, points off turnovers. That's what they do really well. One of the best in the state is with their solid press that they've patented over the years. It's been really good for them this year. That's what they do best, is getting points off turnovers. And number 3 is win the rebounding battle. We mentioned they won the rebounding battle big in both of the games they played them earlier this year.
And, you know, when you look at that stat, Jack, you got to look at it and say, well, okay, we got out-rebounded, you know, by double-digit margins both games, but at the same time, they only lost by 3 and 6. So they did something. Lafayette did something right to you know, combat that. So, you know, it's got to be either trying to get down inside and get easy baskets, or just, you know, taking care of the basketball and don't turn it over. And don't allow, you know, Lexington Christian, historically, you can't let them get a 10-0 run. You got to stop that real quick. If you feel that's coming, you got to take a timeout, try to stop it, and take care of the basketball. You can't have needless turnovers tonight.
Yeah, Jawante Carpenter has been a big player in both of the previous meetings this year. He's been the leading scorer both times for them, and I'm thinking he's going to have a big night for them to pull out the upset.
Well, he's going to, I'm sure, as they did the other night, they may come out and spread the floor against Lexington Catholic and try to get them out of that zone and make them come out and guard them man-to-man, and then try to use their quickness to get by them and get to the basket.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. And about 7 minutes till tip-off tonight. We're going to step aside for a quick commercial break, and we will be right back to bring you the live coverage of Lexington Catholic and Lafayette.
My tax refund usually helps me out, but this year it was much lower than what it was supposed to be. This isn't enough to get me caught up. What am I supposed to do?
Is this happening to you? We're Atkinson, Sims, and Kermode.
Bankruptcy could be your best solution.
We're here to give you a fresh financial start.
Say no to debt. Get your bankruptcy started for as little as $78 today. The consultation is free in Lexington and now in London.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall on Facebook and Twitter. Locally owned and operated since 1972.
Hi, this is Gary Ball for Crown Trophy of Lexington. Crown Trophy offers youth sports awards, corporate awards. They offer signs and a full line of promotional products. They're located at 2680 Wilhite Drive on the corner of Nicholasville, New Circle Road, just behind Starbucks. Stop by and pick up your copy of our 85-page catalog. Crown Trophy is nationally known, but locally owned with 150 stores nationwide. Crown Trophy, the official provider of plaques for the Scholastic Ball Report and PrepSpin.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall and allsportslex.com. Locally owned and operated since 1972.
I wanted to get back on the basketball court.
I want to get back to the ref I used to be.
I want to get back to gardening.
I want to get back to playing with my band.
Only one team is qualified to get patients back to living their lives. Bluegrass Orthopedics has physician experts to assist in your recovery, whether it's an injury or chronic condition. Bluegrass Orthopedics provides convenient, specialized, and comprehensive care for your unique life.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
There are 50 Whitaker Bank locations serving Kentucky communities just like mine.
61 Whitaker Bank ATMs throughout Kentucky make getting quick access to cash easy.
Whitaker Bank staff serves the needs of nearly 70,000 Kentucky customers every day.
We share your passion, Kentucky. Love the bank that loves you back. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Lexington Catholic, home of this year's 43rd District postseason tournament, and we're about 4 minutes away from tip-off to bring you Lexington Catholic and Lafayette in the last play-in game. This will clinch a region tournament berth and also a date with LCA on Friday in the district championship.
Well, and you know, that's what you've been playing for all year long. it's this time of year, and you hope your kids are coming out and they're focused. And the thing about it is who wants to practice tomorrow, Jack? That's what it comes down to. What team is going to work harder to say, yeah, I really want to practice tomorrow. I don't want to come out of the gym again. And that has a lot to do with, playing not to lose. It's just playing hard and being aggressive and, maybe taking a little wild action against some things sometimes.
There are a lot of seniors on the court for both teams, and I'm sure that's got to be the mentality the coaches have preached to them all week is who wants to go home and who wants to stay and keep playing. And one thing to throw out is Lexington Catholic has, like we said, beat Lafayette twice this year. And in your championship season, Bryan Station and Dunbar both beat you twice in the regular season, and you went on to beat them in the postseason.
Yes.
So what do you do to prepare a team to play the same team a third time?
Well, a lot of people say, well, it's hard to beat a team a third time. It's hard to beat a team twice. I always had the philosophy, if I can beat you twice, I can beat you 3 times. My goodness. But we were just very fortunate. We caught both teams. They didn't shoot well either night that we played them, and our kids got on a little roll there at the end and went on a 12-game win streak to win the state championship in 2001. So, it wasn't anything that we did and had done any different all year long. I think our kids just started playing with a little bit more focus in their game.
Yeah, and that's certainly what Lafayette will need to do tonight. And on Lexington Catholic side, their big fella, the senior Pete Whitman, he's had a pretty under-the-radar season, but as the year went on, his stats have come up, and he's really a really efficient scorer down low. They just don't get it to him a lot, but when they get it down there, he puts it in the hole, and they're really good when he's scoring.
Well, I think, tonight they may look to go to him a little bit more just because of his size over Lafayette's. That Lafayette, unless Surratt's in there at 6'8", then they have no size. I mean, their 6'3" is the tallest guy down the roster. So it'll be interesting to see if they use that height that they have in Payne and Whitman to their advantage, and see if they take advantage of it early to try to get a lead and then build on it.
Yeah, and Ray Surratt is a freshman, like you just mentioned, and that'd be a lot to ask to put him in there to battle with the big senior Pete Whitman and Zam Payne. Just about a minute till tip-off. We're going to bring you the starting lineups and the national anthem coming up shortly. What are your final thoughts on this game here tonight?
Well, it all comes down to turnovers. I think the battle of the turnovers and maybe rebounds. But the turnovers will lead to easy baskets, and that's deceptive when you look at shooting percentages. I want to see what it is outside the arc, especially for Lafayette. They have to shoot around 40% to be in the game outside the arc.
Lexington Catholic with a big showing from their student section. A lot of blue on that side of the court. You can't really see it over here because of the camera, but Lafayette's got their section down in the far right corner, and teams are huddling up, getting ready for tip-off here. Last play-in game at Lexington Catholic for the district tournament. Winner will go on to the district championship on Friday against LCA and clinch a berth in the 11th region tournament. Teams lining up now for the national anthem and pregame prayer, and we'll step aside while that occurs right now and be right back. And they're just doing the prayer since they already did the national anthem in the first game. Teams will have their starting lineups. Packed house here tonight at Lexington Catholic, Robert J. Buter Athletic Center. Big time game tonight, and one thing a lot of people don't know is that in Luke Johnson's sophomore year, he transferred to Lafayette and didn't play basketball that season in an actual varsity game. So he sat out that entire year, and then his junior year he came back to Lexington Catholic. So Coach Mendenhall might know a lot of Luke Johnson's tendencies, and that could be a key to him shutting him down tonight.
Well, I don't, Luke has been playing basketball for so long, and Coach Mendenhall has been around him and his family for so long, and he knows a lot about him. But it's not about what you know, it's about what happens out there on that floor and how can you go about stopping that. So he's going to come out tonight, and he's going to play within the system that Lexington Catholic has, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, Luke Johnson on his senior night, the last game they played, dropped 43 points, making that a career high for him in his high school career. And looking to continue off of that streak, and me and Gary were doing that game, and we're talking about, and it happens in high school and the NCAA as well, when a player gets hot right before the postseason, they can carry them and their team through that postseason and make a deep run in the tournament.
Absolutely right, Jack. The thing that you have to worry about as a coach is, okay, is he going to start forcing things that aren't there? Is he still going to play within the system to get that game again? We had a youngster that scored 41 right in the opening round of a district tournament, came back the next night and had 25, and his 25 was better than his 41 because he played within the system and he didn't force things. That night he had 41, he was just very unconscious and just knocking the bottom out of everything. And that was, a phenomenal night. So, but it helped us get to the regional tournament again. So, you just want your kids to play within the system if they have the opportunity to score and take care of it.
Yeah, and last night we saw Tavion Hollingsworth, former Mr. Basketball state champion, drop 44 points and still come up with a loss to LCA. It's all about team basketball. That's what matters.
It is. And, youngster is, Tavion, I've always said it, last year was probably the best, I thought, basketball player in the state of Kentucky last year. And even this year he is too, I think. He does so much for his team, and he does so much with the basketball. He's just a very good player.
Yeah, really a tremendous player. He should have an outstanding career at Western Kentucky. Yes. And that is the final starter for Lexington Catholic, Big Pete Whitman. And we are just about ready for tip-off. Teams getting set on the court. It'll be Carpenter, Powell, Wharton, Drew, and Greenup for Lafayette, and Johnson, Scott, Price, Payne, and Whitman for Lexington Catholic. Folks, we're just about ready for tip-off here inside Robert J. Buter. Blue out for Lexington Catholic, black out for Lafayette. We are underway, and Whitman wins the tip for the Knights. Luke Johnson with it into the corner to Scott. Trying to get it down low, tipped away by Greenup. Will stay at that end with Lexington Catholic.
Looks like right then Lexington Catholic trying to go down inside to Payne on the block against that 2-3 zone that Lafayette's playing right now.
Johnson backing down. Greenup has it stripped away.
Jump
and
ball.
They're going to call a tie-up. Jump ball will be Lafayette's basketball. Good defense on that first possession.
Good collapse in there by Lafayette. Trout double teaming the ball on the block. Not let Johnson make a move. There's Catholic in the press.
Lexington Catholic with this press every night, and it proves to be one of the best presses every year in the state. Drew has it up top, guarded by Scott. Passes it off to Wharton. Johnson on him. Dribbles to the wing, gives it to Juante Carpenter. He drives, dishes to the corner. Pump fake from Greenup, goes up on Payne, no good. Last touch by Carpenter will be Lexington Catholic basketball. Greenup tried to go inside and size up Zam Payne and came up short on that one.
Made a nice move, just didn't finish.
Lafayette going with a full court press as well, pressuring Lexington Catholic.
10-second count.
10-second call. Good defense, and that was kind of not good awareness from TC Price. He just kind of held it there in that corner. Wasn't sure of the time that the ref was counting.
Young man just kind of fell asleep there a little bit on that count.
Wharton crosses the half-court line for the Generals. Gives it to Powell, now Carpenter with it. Guarded by Johnson. Green up pumps. Pull up mid-ranger. That one's long, no good. Pulled in by Price.
2 good looks, just not a finish on the shot.
Stripped away by Powell. Nice defense from Lafayette. Now they're coming the other way. Gets it to Drew. And that pass is
deflected.
Deflected, yep. Last touch by
Whitman, I think. And
Peter
it'll be Lafayette's ball underneath their own basket.
Eric Powell inbound it. Gets it up to Wharton. Dishes in the corner. Carpenter drives on Payne. Now back up to Powell for 3. Knocks it down. Eric Powell.
The first score for the night for Lafayette.
Good start for the Generals, I would say. Playing good defense, forcing those 2 turnovers, and then getting the first basket of the game. Now Johnson brings it up. Gets it to Whitman inside. Easy left-hand finish. Pete Whitman.
Nice pass by Johnson to Whitman on the block for the easy layup.
Those two have been playing with each other since 6th grade. They have an outstanding connection. Now on the other end, going to call a foul.
On Whitman, I think.
On Peter Whitman. You got to be careful with Whitman. He tends to get in foul trouble in some of the games. That's something they don't want to have happen here because they want to take advantage of that height inside.
Eric Powell go to the line to shoot 2.
Powell knocks down the first one. He has the first 4 points for Lafayette. Powell is a 74.6% free throw shooter on the year and knocks down the second one. 5-2 early here at Lexington Catholic. Generals leading it. Price brings it up. Trapped in the corner. Now gets it across court to Scott. He fires. In and out, no good. Whitman pulls in the rebound. And that one's in and out. Pulled in by Greenup.
Nice box out there by Lafayette.
Carpenter inside. They call a block on Price. That foul will go on T.C. Price.
The other night against Tate's Creek, Carpenter just took control of the ball late in the game, and they could not stop him from driving to the basket. He does a nice job getting his body between the ball and the man on defense and taking it to the hole.
He does a really good job of using his strength to get inside. Wharton rejected, sticks with it, gets it back. Back to Wharton, he has it on the wing, now up top to Drew. Guarded by Scott, looks back to get the play call. Stolen away by Blake Scott.
Just being lazy with it.
Fell asleep on that one. Nice steal from Blake Scott. Making it 5-4 with 5:20 on the clock. Generals leading it. Wharton will bring it up. Breaks through the press. Runs into Blake Scott, tipped away, and Luke Johnson comes up with it. He's going the other way. Brings it back out now.
2 straight turnovers for Lafayette.
Johnson has it, guarded by Drew.
Had Payne open on the block, just didn't get him the ball.
Knights will slow it down now. Coach Saul's been calling out a play. Johnson with it up top. In the corner, Scott pumps. Dribbles back and now gets it inside the paint. Stripped away by Greenup. Nice steal from Greenup. Drew on the other end. Floats it up, no good. Johnson was there to contest and pulled in by Price.
Young man should have gone in there and made that layup.
Got to draw the contact as an offensive player instead of avoiding it. That could be what caused him to miss on that one. Price has it up top. Wharton playing off of him. Now he hands it off to Johnson. Johnson dribbling up top on the wing. Wharton on him. Now over to Price. Price makes a move. Goes by Drew. Gets it in the corner to Scott. Scott back to Price in the corner. Tries to get it force it into Payne. That one's stolen away. Powell comes up with it. Greenup into the corner to Carpenter. He tries to put a move on Whitman. Now he's doubled. Gets it to Greenup. Greenup for 3. Knocks it down. Blows a kiss to the student section of Lexington Catholic as he knocks down that three-pointer to give him a 4-point lead with 3:40.
Too early to start that stuff. You need to stick your head in the game and keep it there.
Both teams bringing in some subs at the scores table at the next dead ball. Price has it up top towards the logo, guarded by Drew. Knights taking their time here. Whitman's calling for it. He's got Greenup on him.
Gets
it into him. Goes up. and a little too much on that one. Payne gets the offensive board. That one's good. Zan Payne outstanding at getting those offensive rebounders, and I compare him to a guy like Tristan Thompson in the NBA who just has a nonstop motor to get those offensive boards.
Did a nice job getting position, working for position in there, staying with it.
8-6 is your score at Lexington Catholic. Generals lead it by 2. Greenup drives the lane. Floats one up to Wharton, now into the corner for Powell. Powell in and out, no good.
Had a nice look, just didn't knock it down.
Johnson bringing it the other way, gets it to Price. He goes straight to the rim, puts it up with right hand, bounces out, no good, but he will head to the line for a pair. TC Price headed to the line.
Nobody stopped the ball in transition right there. That's the first thing you have to do is stop the ball.
TC Price just blowing by the defense and going straight to the rim. Short on that one. Price is shooting a dismal 44% from the free throw line this year.
Right, Scott checks in for Catholic, and also number 5 is Bailey, Keegan Bailey.
Yeah, Keegan Bailey, Bryce Scott checking in for the Knights. And Cameron King checking in for the Generals along with Devontae Hayes. Wharton will inbound it under the basket. 8-7, Generals still lead it by 1. Tipped away by Bailey, and they're going to say it hit the baseline. Will stay with the Generals.
Getting a little careless, Lafayette with the ball right there. And you take care of it against the press.
Coach Salzman going to 2 of his younger guys here in the beginning of this one with Bailey and Scott. Scott didn't see much time this season, but senior night he put him in there and he played well, so he's putting him in early now. Wharton in the corner, back up top to King. They get it into Hayes on the free throw line, guarded by Scott. Whoa. And he shuffled his feet. Gonna be a travel.
One man got it down in the block, and he'd take it right up there and shoot it.
Yeah, hesitated on that one and shuffled those feet, turning it back over to the Knights. They get it across. Scott was open under the basket, but Payne did not turn around in time to see him. Was a foul called on Hayes, blocking foul.
Catholic will take it out underneath their own basket.
Yep, Harden will inbound it. Gets it into Payne. Payne fires, doesn't hesitate, knocks it down. Zan Payne's only missed 2 3-pointers all season. Doesn't shoot them often, but he's made 7 of 9 from the 3-point arc this season, giving the Knights a 2-point lead. Now Carpenter muscles it inside, uses the glass, and finishes.
Nice job with left hand. Carpenter is left-handed, but a nice job taking it right up in there and taking it to the defense.
Now Johnson bringing it the other way. He goes up, and they're going to call a jump ball.
Lexington Catholic's ball underneath.
We'll stay with Lexington Catholic. Johnson went straight to the rack. Harden will inbound it. Got to get it in, and they do get it up to Payne. Payne guarded by King, pressure on him. Now he turns and drives, goes straight up to the rim and finishes. Zan Payne is so good at getting to the rim and finishing with contact. He's done it all season long, averaging 15 points on the season. Knights with a 2-point lead. Carpenter gets it in the corner to King. He fires. Hand in his face, knocked it down. Big 3-pointer from Cameron King with Bryce Scott's hand right in his face, knocking it down. Knights pushing it the other way now. Johnson goes straight up. No foul call. Tried to save by Scott, but Lafayette comes up with it. King at the other end. He goes up, draws the contact. No call, but knocks it down.
Should have been an and one. No call by the official.
Cameron King with 5 straight points and impressive ones in that. Knights will bring it up now, pressured by the Generals. Bailey gets it across. Now has it to Harden.
30 seconds. Let's see if we play one shot.
They'll give it up to Johnson, and I think that's what Coach Salzman wants him to do, is take the last shot. Lafayette up by 3 at the end of the first quarter. Bailey's open. He'll shoot it. Knocks it down. Bailey tying it up. 10 seconds left. Wharton with it, pressured by the Knights. Carpenter has it, crosses the half-court line, and they're going to call a blocking foul on Javen Harden. Harden is not happy with the call. Refs separating, a little pushing there at the end. Not much, but Javen Harden's known to kind of have a hot head some of these games, and he's picked up a couple technicals on the season. He's got to really watch his temper. 3.7 on the clock.
Plenty of time to get a good shot.
Powell inbounder. Gets it to King. Guarded by Harden. He tipped it. Stolen away. Harden's got to put it up. Didn't know how much time was on the clock. It's not going to count.
Not going to count.
Harden was unaware of the time left on the clock and did not get that one out of his hand in time, but exciting first quarter. Tied at 15.
Tied at 15. Some good shots from the outside by Lafayette to keep a close game. Too many turnovers, though, for Lafayette in the first half.
That's what's keeping Lexington Catholic in this one, and we'll step aside for a quick break and bring you right back to the 43rd postseason action here at Lexington Catholic. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Just about to begin the second quarter. Exciting first quarter in that, tied at 15. What were your thoughts on what went down?
Well, I think the shooting from Lafayette really kept them in the game. They're, 3 for 4 outside the arc, and like I said, Catholic's 2 for 3. The turnovers, Catholic had 6 and Lafayette 4. Rebounds just about even.
And I believe you said in the beginning of the broadcast, whoever won the turnover battle would come out on top in this one, and both teams turning it over a lot. Wharton drives on Johnson, puts it up, no good, pulled in by Hayes. He goes straight back up with it and finishes. Devontae Hayes inside for 2.
Nice offensive board.
Bailey brings it up, crosses the half-court line for the Knights. And he traveled. Had the trap come in on him on the sideline. He shuffled his feet. Zan Payne, the leading scorer in the first quarter for the Knights with 7, will come right back in off Coach Schalzman's bench and get Keegan Bailey. King will inbound it right in front of his own bench. Into Wharton. Price and Harden with the pressure up top. They get it down to Green up in the corner. He spins. Now he's doubled. Gets it back up to Drew. Now Wharton. He shoots a three-pointer. In and out, no good. Johnson with the rebound. Johnson sprinting past Hayes. He'll slow it down now. Gets it to Price. Price drives the baseline. Nice play by T.C. Price. Getting inside, finishing high off the glass. Let's look at this one on the replay right here. T.C. Price.
Whitman did a nice job of sealing the defender out to give him the lane to the basket for the easy basket.
Tied at 17. Just under 7 left in the second quarter. Drew has it on the wing. Blows right by Price. Draws the contact, but comes up short.
Number 3, Price on the foul.
Drew will head to the line for 2 shots. He's shooting 74.4% from the charity stripe this year. First one is good.
Crawls in.
Got
a lot of iron.
Blake Scott checking in for the Knights, and Ray Surratt, who you mentioned in the pregame, the big freshman for Coach Mendenhall, will check in as well. Drew fires and gets the second one. Johnson inbounds it to Harden. Pressured by the Generals. Payne gets it over to Scott. Scott has it, doesn't cross the half-court line. They got to get it across, and now they do. And Scott traveled. Wanted to pass it to Johnson, but Surratt closed in on him, and he couldn't get it there, so that caused him to drag his pivot foot.
Went to ball fake, and instead of the pass, he took a little slide step there, Jack, on the sideline for the walking violation.
And that's already a couple turnovers for Lexington Catholic in this quarter. King will get it inside, dishes it off to Surratt. The freshman finishes with the right hand.
Nice pass by King.
Cameron King playing an outstanding ball game here early on.
He stepped out of bounds.
Payne stepped on the baseline. Give it back to the Generals.
Another turnover.
The third turnover, I believe, for the Knights already in this quarter, and we haven't even played 2 minutes yet. Nice moves from King. He goes straight to the rim, and he traveled.
Not a smart play. Had the ball, beat the press, be smart, pull it out, get a better shot.
Had a couple guys open in the corner, decided to take it himself, but took one too many steps on that one. 6:12 left in the second quarter. Generals lead it by 4. They get it into Johnson. He gives it right back to Harden. Now Payne with it, gives it right back. Harden will bring it up.
Oh,
nice no-looker to
pass.
Whitman down low. Whitman didn't go inside.
Should have attacked the basket right there. Had it on the block.
Should have done a one-dribble power move and went straight to the rim, but decided to give it right back out to Harden and work it back inside. Payne has it. Goes up on Surratt. Nice defense from the big fella.
Catholic's ball on the alternate possession.
That's exactly how you defend Payne. You go in there and go straight up on him, and he forced the jump ball. We'll stay with Lexington Catholic. Price comes back in for Harden. He'll inbound it under the basket. He's looking for someone to get it in. He's got to throw it in. He gets it into Johnson, and last touch by Drew. They'll do it all over one more time from the other side. Price will inbound it again. Trying to get it into Johnson. He's posting up Greenup, but they get it up top to Scott. Johnson on the wing, defended by Greenup. Gets it inside to Whitman. Whitman goes up on the freshman. Nice defense from Surratt again. He affected that shot.
He did. He just stood there, held his ground with his hands straight up.
Greenup guarded by Scott on the wing. Tries to blow by. Gets it up top to Carpenter. Ray Surratt has come in and he's played well so far.
Defensively, he's done a very nice job. When he had the opportunity for the layup, he got the stick back.
Carpenter goes straight to the rim, draws the contact, and they call a blocking foul on Payne. Carpenter will head to the line for 2. Let's look at this one more time on the replay. And it looks like Payne was moving his feet.
He's just moving. Wasn't set. He didn't take it full on.
He got there in time, was just kept moving with Carpenter instead of standing his ground. Carpenter is a 63.6% free throw shooter on the season. First one is good. Harden comes right back in for the Knights. He'll get TC Price. And it looks like Eric Powell is ready to check back in, but Coach Mendenhall called him back. He's going to get the shooter, it looks like. Carpenter fires the second one, and no good. Whitman pulls it in. 22-17, the Generals lead it by 5. Just a little over 5 minutes left in the second quarter. Almost a turnover, but Luke Johnson with the behind-the-back pass to Whitman. Blocked by Surratt. The freshman.
3 blocks by Surratt.
Now the Generals, Drew turns it over. A lot of sloppy plays. Scott goes inside on Carpenter, and he's going to head to the line for 2. That was an unbelievable pass from Luke Johnson, but Ray Surratt has really been impressive in the second quarter.
Done a nice job just keeping his hands up, not reaching in, just keeping them up and blocking the shot when it's there.
Whitman had a nice open shot, but Surratt went straight up and swatted that one. Johnson's first one is good. Wharton and Powell will check back in for the Generals, getting King and Drew.
That was a big possession for Lafayette right there. Had the opportunity to go up 7.
Just trying to force that pass inside too much, and that's what caused the turnover. Both teams playing a little sloppy. Johnson knocks down the second one. They're down by 3 with 4:45 here in the second quarter. Another turnover. Johnson got a hand on that one. He goes straight to the rim with the right hand and one. Luke Johnson has a chance to tie it up here with 4:40 on the clock.
Another quick turnover by Lafayette leads to an easy basket for Lexington Catholic.
Luke Johnson with the sidestep on that one and then went straight up on Powell, drawing the contact first. Outstanding play from Johnson, and that's That's one thing I think, in my opinion, he does the best in his game is getting inside and drawing the contact, and then his hang time is what allows him to make those acrobatic finishes. Bryce Scott checks back in for Lexington Catholic. Powell will bring it up. Gets it across to Carpenter. Carpenter with the nice handles. He goes straight inside. Gives it to Surratt, the big fella for three. That one's long. Pulled in by Harden. He's running down the floor. He goes straight to the rack. Stolen away. Surratt comes up with it. Nice defense from Lafayette. Harden just going a little too fast on that one. Surratt fires another three-pointer. That one's good. Ray Surratt, the young fella from downtown.
Maybe he is supposed to shoot the three. I don't know.
I'm not sure either, but he's having himself a night here early on. Blake Scott has it on the wing. 25-22, the Generals lead. They get it inside to Scott, the sophomore. Now Blake Scott fires mid-range. That one's short. Pulled in by Greenup. And they're going to call a foul on Scott. Silly foul on Blake Scott right there.
Reaching in 94 feet from there, 84 feet from the basket. We have 1-and-1.
It will be a 1-and-1. The ref signals that that's a 1-and-1. That's when you just retreat and get back. That was probably a foul he committed because...
Nope, not the bonus. Next foul.
Yeah, it's going to be the next foul. There will be one more down here, so it will be an inbounds, but that foul is probably because Blake Scott missed his shot and wasn't happy with himself, and just a frustration foul. They will continue to press. Carpenter back to Powell. And Carpenter crosses the half-court line. He gets inside, gives it to Hayes. Hayes is blocked. Met at the rim by Scott.
And one.
But he gets it back and gets the and one. Devontae Hayes sticking with it and getting the and one, trying to convert the old-fashioned three-point play.
Just staying with it right there. Kept after it. Got the rebound and the putback and draws the foul. Got timeout.
Coach Salzman's going to call a full timeout. He's not happy with his team's defense right now, and looks like some of the assistant coaches had some words with the referees. I didn't see anything on that one. I thought it was a good call.
Yeah. Youngster just stayed in there and stayed positioned and got the rebound.
We're going to step aside. We'll be right back. Actually, we're going to look at this. We'll look at this replay one more time.
Carpenter on the drive. Drew the second foul on Payne on a block. Then the turnover leads to Johnson's basket and the foul. Goes to the line of three-point play for Lexington Catholic. And then Surratt stepping out here and hitting a three. Didn't even think about it. Just got it, shot it.
And I didn't even mention him in the pregame. You brought him up, and we didn't really expect him to play like this right now. He's had some outstanding defensive stops and then knocked down that huge three-pointer.
Exactly, yeah.
Both teams break the huddle. And Hayes will come to the free throw line to finish his 1-and-1 attempt. The Generals are leading it by a score of 27-22 with 3:33 on the clock in the second quarter. Hayes a 60% free throw shooter on the year. In and out, no good. Pulled in by Payne. Johnson slows down, Wharton guarding him. Gets it across to Harden. Harden will dribble it out up top. Looks to Coach Salzman for a play call. Gives it to Johnson. He almost lost it. Guarded by Wharton. King staying close in case he drives to double him on that. Whitman will set a screen. Johnson trying to go by. Gets inside. Draws the contact. Almost gets it to go. But he will head to the line for two.
Need to do a better job on that pick situation right there. Lafayette does to stop that defender. I mean, the offensive man from driving. The defender needs to step out there and make him go back the other way.
Luke Johnson did a good job of not going off the first attempt because the defender got around it, backing out, letting Whitman reset and using it again. Johnson knocking down the first free throw. Shooting 73.2% from the stripe this season is Johnson. Lets the second one fly and knocks it down. 27-24. Generals lead it by 3. 3:05 left in the first half. They get it into Carpenter, and it looks like it's going to be last touch by Scott. Got a hand in there to deflect it out of Carpenter's hands.
Could have been a foul call there on Scott reaching in.
Referee calling it from the backside. Wouldn't have seen that contact on the wrist. Keegan Bailey will come in for Blake Scott. 3 minutes left in the first half. Stolen away by Johnson. He goes straight to the rack and finishes. Luke Johnson with those quick hands on the press. That's what he does so well.
Timeout.
And Coach Mendenhall's going to call a timeout. Carpenter was trapped in the corner of that press. Going to be a 30-second timeout. We'll stay right here and look at Luke Johnson's steal again.
Just not a good job there by Lafayette of the offensive person reaching in and meeting the pass instead of laying back and letting the defense shoot the gap and get the steal.
Johnson did a great job of going straight to the rim instead of trying to avoid the contact. Carpenter could have just stood there and taken a charge, but kind of stayed out of the way a little bit. Didn't want to give Luke Johnson an and one. And we want to give a live mention to Mingy Beef Jerky, the official game day snack of PrepSpin. Mingy Beef Jerky is what you want, Coach. I don't know if you ever had some Mingy Beef Jerky. That stuff's pretty darn good.
It's pretty good.
All right, we are back to the action. Wharton will inbound it to Carpenter. Knights pressuring. Carpenter gets it to Powell. Powell gets it tipped away by Bailey, but Hayes has it. Cross court to Carpenter. Back up top to Wharton. Johnson guarding him. Wharton will back it up. Coach Mendenhall calls out a play. Wharton will bring it back to the center of the court. Gets it to Carpenter, guarded by Harden. Screen set by Hayes. Carpenter gets it in. That pass was just off target. Tried to hit King in the corner. A little sloppy on that one.
3 straight turnovers by Lafayette.
And they had a 5-point lead earlier a couple minutes ago in this quarter, and now letting Lexington Catholic slowly get right back into it, down by 1. Bailey gets it back to Harden. Harden will cross the half-court line. Guarded by King.
Basket.
He goes straight to it. Tried to get Whitman, but that one was off target.
Got a foul on Payne.
Yep, foul call on Zan Payne.
And we'll come down here.
Yep, Powell will head down for a 1-and-1 in the bonus. Another mistake by the Knights, fouling all the way at the other end of the court.
Yep. That's that was sort of a hustle play, kind of going for a rebound, both of them. One coming up with it, and the other one just bumping him as he got the ball, knocked him down.
Powell is at the line. He'll shoot 1-and-1. Generals lead by 1. Powell's first one is no good. Misses the front end. Payne gets the rebound. Now Johnson sprinting down court. In and out move on Powell to back it out. Gets it to Bailey. Bailey pumps to Harden. Now Payne goes up with the floater, knocks it down. Zan Payne got it high over the big arms of Ray Surratt. Carpenter gets it to Powell, guarded by Bailey. Back to Carpenter. He pumps, now drives by. He's going to get it to King. King drives the baseline. He lost it, but Surratt came up with it and finished.
That was a lucky turnover is what that was.
Yeah, he didn't even mean to get it to him.
No, he didn't. I just went right person at the right time.
Exactly, and now another turnover. Harden falls down. Powell's going straight to the rim. He lost it, gets it to King. King goes up, fouled by Johnson. Sloppy play from the Knights, and it seems like right when they get a chance to take the lead or get right back in it, they have a couple turnovers and let Lafayette grow that lead again. King will head to the line for 2. Cameron King shooting 72.4% from the free throw line. Fires off the back rim, no good on the first one.
Missed foul shots right here.
Evan Drew will check back into the game. Chris Wharton will take a breather. King will set for his second one. Lets it go, and nothing but net.
So for
Green up back in for the Generals. Johnson will inbound it. Gets it to Bailey, right back to Johnson. Gets it to Harden. Harden threw it right back to Johnson, almost wasn't ready.
Wasn't ready for it.
But he splits the press, gets it across, goes inside,
Offense.
and they call an offensive foul. Cameron Greenup took the charge.
Just Johnson there trying to force something that wasn't there. Defense was right there waiting on him.
Johnson lowered that shoulder, and Greenup just stood there and fell down. And Johnson a little out of control, trying to get inside. Should have just dished that out to one of his teammates. They get it into Carpenter. Now over to Drew. Back to Carpenter on the other side. They swing it back and forth, playing catch. Now Carpenter crosses the half-court line. Bailey guarding him closely up top. 1 minute left in the first half. Generals lead it by 2 over Lexington Catholic here in the final playing game. Carpenter drives, stripped away by Bailey.
Yep.
Off Carpenter's leg. Nice strip from Keegan Bailey. Let's check that one out again. Bailey pressed him up top and then stuck with it instead of giving up. Went straight for the ball, and it went right off the knee of Carpenter. Now at the other end. High arcing shot, no good from Payne. He thought he got fouled.
Lafayette plays one shot.
That'd be the smart play. Try and get one more and keep that lead going into halftime. Wharton has it in the corner. Bailey's guarding him tightly.
Needs to get out of that corner.
Now gets it to Drew. Drew backing it up. Guarded by Harden. Tries to drive by off the back of his heel. He sticks with it. 20 seconds now. Drew driving by Harden. Goes up. Right hand floater. That's short.
Shot.
Harden gets it. 15 seconds. Gets it up to Bailey. Throws it over to Payne. Payne finishes off the glass. 10 seconds left in the half. Let's see if Lafayette can get it in. They get it into Drew. 4 seconds now. Carpenter sees the clock. He's got to shoot it. Runner. Got it! Carpenter at the buzzer. And the Generals will go to the locker room with a 3-point lead over the number 1 seed Lexington Catholic on their home court. And look at that one again. Johnson put his hands over his head. Couldn't believe that one went down. Carpenter looked at the clock when he got the ball and knew exactly when he had to throw that one up there. Unbelievable half from Lafayette with a 3-point lead.
They are. They just got a little sloppy a couple of times with the basketball, not really taking care of it and being smart with it. But when they have, they've got nice shots. Maybe not made it, but they got nice shots.
There was a better look at Carpenter's shot at the buzzer, and a lot of those fans in the Lexington Catholic student section immediately sat down when that one went in. And can't say enough about the play from Ray Surratt, the big freshman in that half. Made a lot of defensive stops and knocked down that huge three-pointer.
He's really giving them a lift off the bench right there.
All right, we'll step aside here and come back with your halftime report. Lafayette leads it by 3 at the half.
At White, Greer, and Maggard Orthodontics, we believe that greatness is in the details. Each decision we make is for the benefit of our patients and our community. This means using industry-leading technology to help you achieve your goals and uncover your perfect smile. Our precision and efficiency results in an experience that is both pleasurable and affordable. White, Greer, and Maggard Orthodontics, applying precision and elegance to your smile.
My tax refund usually helps me out, but this year it was much lower than what it was supposed to be. This isn't enough to get me caught up. What am I supposed to do?
Is this happening to you? We're Atkinson, Sims, and Kermode.
Bankruptcy could be your best solution.
We're here to give you a fresh financial start.
Say no to debt. Get your bankruptcy started for as little as $78 today. The consultation is free in Lexington and now in London.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S. Pick it up in all sports. Pick it up in all sports.
In Fayette Mall on Facebook and Twitter, locally owned and operated since 1972.
Hi, this is Gary Ball for Crown Trophy of Lexington. Crown Trophy offers youth sports awards, corporate awards. They offer signs and a full line of promotional products. They're located at 2680 Wilhite Drive on the corner of Nicholasville, New Circle Road, just behind Starbucks. Stop by and pick up your copy of our 85-page catalog. Crown Trophy is nationally known, but locally owned with 150 stores nationwide. Crown Trophy, the official provider of plaques for the Scholastic Ball Report and PrepSpin.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S. Pick it up in all sports. Pick it up in all All sports.
In Fayette Mall and allsportslex.com, locally owned and operated since 1972.
I wanted to get back on the basketball court.
I want to get back to the ref I used to be.
I want to get back to gardening.
I want to get back to playing with my band.
Only one team is qualified to get patients back to living their lives. Bluegrass Orthodontics has physician experts to assist in your recovery, whether it's an injury or chronic condition. Bluegrass Orthopedics provides convenient, specialized, and comprehensive care for your unique life.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
There are 50 Whitaker Bank locations serving Kentucky communities just like mine.
61 Whitaker Bank ATMs throughout Kentucky make getting quick access to cash easy.
Whitaker Bank staff serves the needs of nearly 70,000 Kentucky customers every day.
We share your passion, Kentucky. Love the bank that loves you back. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
Carpenter drives on Payne, now back up to Powell for three. Knocks it down. Overs and then getting the first basket of the game. Now Johnson brings it up, gets it to Whitman inside, easy left-hand finish. Back to Wharton, he has it on the wing, now up top to Drew. Guarded by Scott, looks back to get the play call. Stolen away by Blake Scott.
Just being lazy with it.
Fell asleep into the corner to Carpenter. He tries to put a move on Whitman, now he's doubled, gets it to Greenup. Greenup for three, knocks it down. Blows a kiss to the student section of Lexington Catholic. Goes up, and a little too much on that one. Payne gets the offensive board. That one's good. Giving the Knights a 2-point lead. Now Carpenter muscles it inside, uses the glass, and finishes. Payne guarded by King, pressure on him. Now he turns and drives, goes straight up to the rim, and finishes. 15 points on the season. Knights with a 2-point lead. Carpenter gets it in the corner of the King. He fires. Hand in his face, knocked it down. Big three-pointer from Cameron King. Scott, but Lafayette comes up with it. King at the other end. He goes up, draws the contact. No call, but knocks it. At the end of the first quarter, Bailey's open. He'll shoot it. Knocks it down. Wharton drives on Johnson. Puts it up. No good. Pulled in by Hayes. He goes straight back up with it and finishes. Now gets it to Price. Price drives the baseline. Nice play by T.C. Price. For Lexington Catholic in this quarter. King will get it inside, dishes it off to Surratt, the freshman. Finishing has goes up on Surratt. Nice defense from the big fella.
Catholic's ball on the alternate possession.
That's exactly how you defend.
He's done a very nice job. When he had the opportunity for the layup, he got the stick back.
Carpenter goes straight to the rim, draws the contact, and they call a blocking foul on Payne in the second quarter. Another turnover. Johnson got a hand on that one. He goes straight to the rim with the right hand and one. Luke Johnson has a chance to tie it up here with Lafayette. Harding just going a little too fast on that one. Surratt fires another three-pointer. That one's good. Ray Surratt. And Carpenter crosses the half-court line. He gets inside, gives it to Hayes. Hayes is blocked. Met at the rim by Scott.
And one.
But he gets it back and gets the and one. Devontae Hayes. 3 minutes left in the first half. Stolen away by Johnson. He goes straight to the rack and finishes. To Bailey. Bailey pumps to Hardin. Now Payne goes up with the floater, knocks it down. He's going to get it to King. King drives the baseline. He lost it, but Surratt came up with it and finished. In the first half, Generals lead it by 2 over Lexington Catholic here in the final playing game. Carpenter drives, stripped away by Bailey. Off Carpenter's leg. 15 seconds, gets it up to Bailey. Throws it over to Payne. Payne finishes off the glass. 4 seconds now. Carpenter sees the clock. He's got to shoot it. Runner. Got it! Carpenter at the buzzer. And the Generals will go to the locker room with a 3-point lead over the #1 seed Lexington Catholic.
Julian Cunningham.
That was Bill.
Back here at Lexington Catholic High School and Lexington Catholic High School, and tonight's broadcast brought to you in part by Mingy Beef Jerky, the proud sponsor and the official snack for PrepSpin. All the employees of PrepSpin.com. Mingy Beef Jerky, as you see, all different kinds of brands they give you, and tonight's winning coach will take home a bag of Mingy Beef Jerky.
There you go. Good.
Not too bad.
That's not too bad.
No. Darren Douglas right here at halftime with Coach Don Atkins, and Coach Don Atkins and I go way back.
Don't say that.
Well, hey, that makes me feel old too, Coach, because I can remember when we all had a little bit more hair than we do now these days. But we have grown up in the 11th region, Coach, basically my entire life, I'm for sure, and I'm sure you have too. The 11th region has never really wavered when it comes to athletic ability and talent in all the schools, not just one here in the Lexington area or anything, but all 17 schools that make up the region pretty much have had their time to shine.
Yeah, that's high school sports is cyclical. You may get one team that may be a little dominant for 3 or 4 years, but then that other group is coming on and they're getting better, and as they come up, then they start to dominate for a little bit. So it's not anything that somebody just completely takes over and dominates the whole thing all the time.
We have a 3-point game here at halftime, Coach. Not a lot of time left, but I tell you what, 3-point game difference. Lafayette leads right now. I'm looking at the stats. There's not a whole lot of difference there either. That tells you why the game's so daggone close.
It is. It rebounds close. I think, what's the turnovers? 10-12.
Yeah.
Lexington Catholic has 12. Lafayette has 10. I think Coach Mendenhall would be happy if he could cut that about in half for the second half and just throw it away 5 times.
There you go. Most coaches would, though.
Yeah, I mean, you come out of the game with 15 turnovers, you're very happy, especially how it's played.
Yes.
So, the turnovers would be a big factor, and I think the continuation of Lafayette to hit that outside shot. They've done an excellent job the first half.
Well, Coach, we're in store for another entertaining 16 minutes of action. Jack Jackson, Coach Donnie Atkins will be back here in just a moment to bring you the exciting play-by-play of this one. The winner gets LCA Friday night in the championship game. Should be good. Also join us Saturday afternoon at 5 o'clock after the University of Kentucky beats the Florida Gators. Coach, I'm going out on a limb right here. But when they beat Florida Saturday, 5 o'clock out at Rafferty's in Hamburg, Gary Ball, myself, William Warfield, a lot of the 11th region, not a lot, but several 11th region coaches, both girls and boys, will preview the upcoming 11th region tournament over at Eastern Kentucky University.
Sounds like a great time.
Should be. Hopefully, it's only be audio only. We'll be back. Jack Jackson, Coach Donnie Atkins with a play-by-play on PrepSpin.com.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, just about to begin the second half, and I'm sure you just talked about with Darren about your thoughts on that first half, but going into the second half, what does Lexington Catholic have to do to limit those turnovers and get back in this game?
I think they have to just really, concentrate on taking care of the basketball. Don't try to get too fancy with it. Don't try to do too much with it. Just play solid, fundamental basketball on the offensive end.
Yeah, and Lafayette did a really good job of shutting down everyone besides Johnson and Payne. And that's something you want to do to beat them, is shut down the rest of those guys. Carpenter goes straight to the rack. No good. Pulled in by Whitman.
Made a nice move, just didn't finish it.
Johnson brings to the other end. Nice pass inside to Payne. That one is good. Zan Payne knocking it down.
Nice transition by Lexington Catholic to get the easy basket.
Luke Johnson with the good court vision to get it down inside to Zan Payne. Carpenter has it up top on the other side. Over to Drew, guarded by Johnson. Drew gets it to Carpenter on the wing. Gets a screen from Powell. Now to Greenup. Greenup pumps, goes around Scott. Thought about shooting the mid-ranger, but gives it to Wharton. Now back to Greenup. Carpenter calls for Drew to come get the ball up top.
We'll reset again.
Coach Mendenhall shouts out a play. Gives it to Wharton. Wharton has it up top. He goes inside. Tries to penetrate, actually. Gets it to Powell now. Tipped by Scott. Scott comes up with it and finds Johnson. Johnson goes straight to the rack, off the glass, and good. Lexington Catholic, 2 easy buckets, and they regain that lead. Generals get it across. Powell goes right by Whitman. Finds Greenup in the corner.
Nope, we got an offensive foul.
Offensive foul.
Powell out of control, driving the baseline. Got up in the air.
And he had Cameron Greenup wide open in that corner. Yep. Just like you said, was a little out of control going to the basket. There were 4 lead changes and 5 ties in the first half. Lexington Catholic gets another lead right here. Johnson gets it across. Now Price guarded by Greenup on the wing. Whitman working down low. He wants it, but they don't give it to him. Now to Payne in the corner. Payne drives. He goes in inside the paint. Back up top to Price. Price looks to Coach Salzman. Now he backs it out and shouts out a play. Gives it to Johnson. Wharton with the pressure. Can't come up with it. Johnson spin move. Back up top to Price. Scott was wide open, but Price didn't see him. He was looking the other way. Now Price drives in. He goes up. No good. Whitman tries to get it, and they're going to call a foul on Greenup. He got underneath Whitman and forced the ref to call that foul. And Whitman went straight up with it and almost knocked it down. But Cameron Greenup undercut Whitman going for that rebound. Here it is in slow motion.
Price just had it in his mind. He was going to go to the basket there in that situation.
And he did have Blake Scott wide open on that wing, just didn't look to that side of the court for him. Now Harden has it up top, gets to Johnson on the wing, guarded by Greenup. Those two are AAU teammates sometimes in the summer, and Johnson no good on that shot. Pulled in by Carpenter. Now Wharton has it, he's pushing, goes straight to the rim. Wide open path down the middle of the key, and he finishes.
Got to stop the ball. Transition, you have to stop the basketball.
Defensive lapse from the Knights. They just kind of looked to the sides, and Wharton with his speed went straight down the middle. Now working inside to Whitman. He goes up with it over Hayes and finishes. Whitman gives the Knights another 1-point lead. Carpenter back to Drew. They're trying to break the press. Knights just walking with him. They get it across. Drew has the ball. Gives it to Carpenter on the other side. Guarded by Scott. Back to Drew, just under 5 left in the third quarter. Knights lead at 36-35. Drew has it up top. Now gets it to Carpenter on the wing. Screen set by Hayes. Tried to do a pick and roll, wasn't there. Gets it to Drew. Drew picked up his dribble. Back up top to Carpenter. Carpenter wants Drew to come get it. Drew says, take it yourself. Nice crossover from Carpenter. He goes straight inside, gives it to Hayes. Hayes finishes.
Nice pass, nice
with
shot.
The right hand. Nice play from Jawante Carpenter with the crossover and then the no-look pass to Hayes inside. Harden trying to get it to Johnson, and he does. Wharton with the tight pressure on Johnson. Generals lead it by 1. Gets it inside the paint. Nice feed from Johnson. Nods his head in approval at the student section. Generals get it in now. Drew has it. He drives by Scott to get it across half court. Carpenter and Drew passing it back and forth. Now Drew gets it to Greenup. Corner 3, knocks it down. Greenup from downtown.
Lafayette, 30-second timeout.
Cameron Greenup still looking towards Catholic student section when he makes a shot. He's got to cut that out.
That's celebration, and you don't need that. That's, you're still too much time to go in the ball game. After the game, you can do all the celebrating you want, if you win.
Exactly. But he does give the Generals a 2-point lead for now.
And here's a replay of that.
Nice find from Drew, and then Greenup just knocking it down over Payne. Big time shot from Cameron Greenup.
I thought he did too when I saw it from here, this angle. It's kind of freezing. I thought, wow.
And Coach, what do you think Coach Salzman told his team in the locker room at halftime?
Well, I think he just has to tell his young people to take care of the basketball. First of all, they had 12 turnovers in the first half. That's too many and a half. So you got to take care of the basketball first of all and still play their type of ball.
And we go back to last season. This group, that was their first time playing together, and Lafayette beat them in the same round of the districts last year. So it's a rematch of the same teams right here. And Payne goes up, and they're going to call a foul. Should be 2 shots for Zan Payne.
Fouls on 35 on Hayes. I think Payne might have gotten away with a walk first.
Payne will be at the free throw line. He's pretty consistent from the free throw line this year, but gets the first one.
Got the roll.
Surratt coming back in. He had the big first half for them. Went up once with Payne and once with Whitman, rejected both of their shots. Payne short on the second one. Greenup pulls in the rebound. Carpenter has it. He gives it over to Wharton. Wharton back to Carpenter. He'll cross. High arcing pass to Surratt. Uses his long arms to bring that one, and now he's doubled in the corner. He's trying to call a timeout, and he gets it. Smart play by the freshman. Didn't want to force a turnover, so he had to call that timeout.
Bad pass there by Lafayette, putting the youngster in a position in the corner like that. First of all, it was a bad pass. Second, it was a bad decision to make the pass. So,
yeah, we'll step aside, and we'll be right back here at Lexington Catholic.
My credit cards over the holidays, and I thought I could make it work. But between the bills and everything else, I'm really starting to fall behind.
Welcome back to PrepSpin. I want to thank the official game day snack of PrepSpin, which is Mingy beef jerky. Gotta get you some of that Mingy beef jerky.
Great snack. All right, Lafayette's ball on the side. Be interesting to see what they do here to get the ball in bounds, and then offensively, what are they going to do? Are they going to try to spread it out and attack again, or what?
We shall see. Powell will inbound it right at the end of his bench. Generals lead it by 1. Gets it up into the backcourt to Wharton. He will walk it back up. 3 minutes left in the third quarter.
Catholic's gone to the zone.
It's inside to Surratt. He turns. No hesitation on that one. In and out. Almost got it to go. Payne pulled in the rebound for the Knights. Now Johnson pushing it the other way. Gets it to Price on the wing. Whitman posting up the young man Surratt. Backs it out. Now gives it up to Price. Over to Harden in the middle of the court towards the logo. He's guarded by Powell. Johnson cutting across in the backcourt. They get it to Payne. He turns around. Fires. Got it! Zan Payne. Almost automatic from that mid-range jumper. He's knocked it down consistently all year. Knights get a lead now. They get it all the way to Green up. No good. Surratt hustling for the rebound, but can't pull it in. Harden gets it. He slows it down now. Price was open in the corner. Harden didn't see him. Harden will now bring it back out and slow things down for the Knights. Dishes it to Price on the wing. He gives it down low to Payne. He fires again. That one's no good. Surratt gets the rebound. Gives it to Wharton. Wharton across court pass to Greenup. Now to Carpenter. Carpenter pumps, doesn't shoot it.
Thought about it, didn't he?
Yeah, and Greenup kind of shrugged his arms like, hey, why didn't you shoot that?
Nah, he's smart. He's smart and get a better shot. Take some time off the clock, get a better shot.
A smart basketball play from Jawante Carpenter. He'll bring it back out now and dribble up some time, just under 1:30.
We'll see what if they come out. I always like this to make sure and keep a count on the offensive player, just to make him play.
Gets it into the corner. Powell pumps, goes by Johnson. Now gives it back up to Wharton.
We'll come back out. We'll
Wharton
try it
bring
again.
It out in the corner. Kind of little four corners, little Dean Smith basketball. Now Wharton will get inside. Penetrates, drives, gives it to Greenup. Greenup tried to get it to Powell. Stolen away by Johnson.
It'll be a layup.
Nice pass from Johnson to Price. He finishes off the glass.
Just by making a bad mistake with the basketball.
Poor decision from Cameron Greenup, and the Knights capitalize. They lead by 3 with 40 seconds left in the third quarter. The student section is rowdy over there in the dungeon. Wharton tries to use a screen from Surratt, but he backs out. Now Surratt will come set it again. He goes the other way. Pressure by Price. Good defense from TC Price. Now Wharton back up again where he started in that corner. Surratt trying to set another screen. Price kind of rolled his ankle. He's down at half court. Trying to hustle back. Get in. Surratt. He missed it. No good. Johnson has it. 10 seconds on the clock.
It's going to be a layup. Nope.
Tried to get that pass up to TC Price, and he's hurt in the corner. He rolled his ankle on that play back up at half court. Not good for TC Price. Hopefully he's okay. Bailey will check in for him.
7.7. Let's see if Lafayette gets a good shot.
Wharton will inbound it. Payne's close on him. He gets it into Carpenter.
Lost
Carpenter
it.
has it stolen away by Harden. And Harden's met at the rim by Wharton, and that will avoid him from getting the and one, but outstanding play from the sophomore Javen Harden. Let's look at this one more time, Coach.
Carpenter trying to take it behind his back in traffic. You can't do that. You got to take care of the basketball.
Outstanding defensive play from Javen Harden. That's why Coach Schalzman has leaned on him the past 2 years. Knocks down the first one.
Big turnaround right there. Instead of you trying to get a shot to tie it, or maybe even you could tie it, they don't even get a shot. Get a turnover and give 2 points back to Lexington Catholic.
And now they extend it to a 2-possession game. Harden knocks down the second one. 2.7. Carpenter inbounds it. Gets it to Wharton. Wharton has it stripped away. Scott fires. That one's short. That would have been huge for the Knights, but Javen Harden coming up with that big steal right before from Carpenter and making it a 5-point lead. The Knights regain the lead here at Lexington Catholic. We're headed to the fourth quarter. We'll step aside for a quick break right here. Looking at a little view of the student section.
Student body. Yep.
I used my credit cards over the holidays, and I thought I could make it work. But between the bills and everything else, I'm really starting to fall behind.
A lot of people out there are drowning in debt.
We're Atkinson, Sims, and Kermode. You can have a brighter future away from debt.
We've come up with a way to get you started for less.
Say no to debt. Get your bankruptcy started for as little as $78 today. In Lexington and now in London.
On with the ref down here.
We have a little stoppage in play here. Start the fourth quarter here. Lexington Catholic turnovers 13, Lafayette 15. Field goal percentage, I think Lafayette is shooting for the game 51%, and Lexington Catholic 17 out of 28 for 60%. Those right there in that quarter, a lot of layups gave Lexington Catholic the lead off turnovers.
Yeah, and that's exactly what got him back into the game.
Yeah, Lafayette's got to do a better job. Got to do a better job of taking care of the basketball.
And Lafayette had those two turnovers in the final minute of that quarter. One with Green up trying to force that pass into the corner, and then Carpenter trying to get through the double team at the end over here, which resulted in 4 points for Lexington Catholic, giving them a 5-point lead to start the fourth quarter.
Yep. And I think it'll be Lexington Catholic's ball to start the fourth quarter.
And we had a little stoppage in play, but seems like everything will be okay. The dungeon is getting riled up for Lexington Catholic over in that corner.
You know what? I understand maybe if it was the Knights Castle, but the dungeon, that's kind of,
it's
in
like,
the basement.
It's like the opposite,
yeah.
Not sure who came up with that one, but here we go. Starting the fourth quarter, Knights lead it by 5. Harden gets it across to Payne. Back to Harden. Swinging it around. Johnson with it on the wing. Gets it to Scott in the corner. Back up top to Payne. He'll give it to Johnson.
We'll play a little keep away here and see if we attack. We're going to make Lafayette come out of this and play. But there's Payne in the middle. I'd give it to him and let him work on that situation because he's got dead wide open in the middle right there.
And he's been knocking those down, especially in that third quarter. And update you on TC Price. He's walking around.
There he is.
Behind the baseline.
Layup.
Like you said, Sam Payne getting inside. He'll head to the line for a pair. Just exactly what you just said. They tried to slow it down and wait till they got Payne a good shot inside, and he found it. Just didn't
knock it down.
And he'll head to the line.
Wide open there at the foul line area.
And that one's in and out. Payne can't connect on the first try. He'll have one more. Payne fires and got it. Coach Salzman wants them to pressure. They get it into Carpenter.
Big trip for Lafayette. Got to score. Turnover.
Bad pass from Drew. Saved by Harden, but Carpenter came up with it. Good hustle from Carpenter. No look pass to Hayes. Hayes goes up. Blocked from behind by Blake Scott. Johnson bringing it up now the other end. He's going in. Spin move. Floater over Hayes. Got it. Luke Johnson with the floater.
Turnover.
Tipped away by Payne. Lexington Catholic starting to gain that momentum. Lafayette cannot let that happen if they want to stay in this one.
Got to take care of the basketball.
And this is where it's hard to break through this press that Lexington Catholic does such a good job of defending people with, and they get it right across. Carpenter gets it to Greenup in the corner.
Big three.
Bang! Greenup knocking down the three-pointer. And Coach Salzman's going to call timeout.
Full timeout.
After Greenup made that one, he gave another little shush to the student section. He's still going at him. Coach Salzman will call a full timeout. Knights lead it by 5. And that was a big shot for Lafayette. The Knights seem to start getting the momentum, and Greenup, who's knocked down that corner three in the third quarter, knocks it down to keep them in it and not let the game get out of hand.
You break that momentum a little bit. Now they've got to come down and get a stop on the defensive end and go down and try to get another good shot, make a basket, and continue to play. It's a big, run here that they've got to, in the next 2 or 3 minutes, they've got to continue to score and try to get stops on the other end from Lexington Catholic.
And they've started to allow Zan Payne to get to the free throw line a lot right here in this quarter, in the third quarter. And that's something they want to try and limit, this playing defense, standing straight up. Right now, Coach Mendenhall has Surratt on the bench. Played a really good first half, but didn't see much of him in the second half.
The pace of the game is not where he needs to be. Big man does a nice job if you can get him down in there, but in the transition game, he does not need to be in the game.
Still a young fella, has a lot of time and seems to have a promising future. Johnson gets it into Payne. Guarded by Drew. Drew's on him tightly. Now over to Harden. Nice will move around. Wharton is guarding Harden. Harden goes right by him. Gets it to Johnson in the corner. He flings it right over to Payne. Free throw line jumper, no good. Greenup gets the rebound. Gets it to Drew. Drew across the half-court line with the basketball. Gets it to Wharton. Wharton has no defenders on him tightly, so he drives. Drew with the pump fake. Goes to the rim. Left hand.
And one.
Oh, they're going to call it on the ground.
Oh,
they wave off the basket, say the foul occurred on the ground. That would have been a huge play for Lafayette.
But they still got the opportunity to take the ball out and get a basket. Got to take advantage of it.
And they will inbound another basket. Drew will inbound it. Payne is guarding him. Gets it into Hayes. Now up to Wharton. Across court to Drew. 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Back to Wharton. Harden's guarding him. Kind of laid off defense. Hayes will come set a screen. Wharton goes by using that speed. Gets inside. Call a foul.
Nope.
No good, but he will head to the line, it looks like.
Shoot 2. Go to the line. Got to knock down foul shots.
Chris Wharton headed to the foul line for 2 shots. Wharton shoots 69% from the free throw line.
Score here from the 42nd district in the girls. Henry Clay.
Game. Yep.
Henry Clay wins 50-45 against Bryan Station.
Big win for the Henry Clay Lady Blue Devils. Wharton's shot is no good. Payne pulls in the rebound. Gives it to Harden. Drew's guarding him. Harden almost lost it. Gives it off to Johnson. Johnson with the between-the-leg crossover. Goes up with the right hand. Off the backboard. Got it. Luke Johnson getting inside, doing the dirty work.
Ooh, that was a bad
almost
pass.
Stolen away. They get it across. Wharton has it. Knights lead it by 6, 50-44. Drew has the basketball, defended by Harden. Trying to get it to Wharton, and they do. Johnson was playing tightly with him. Now he backs off. Wharton will bring it back towards the center of the court. Gets it to Carpenter. He's guarded by Scott. He goes straight to the rack with the left hand, and it's good.
Nice play by Lafayette there, getting the ball to Carpenter at the elbow and letting him drive by the defender to shoot the layup.
They're doing a good job of getting the shots on the offensive end. They just got to make the defensive stops.
Oh, got a foul.
Drew bumped Harden on the dribble.
Yep.
Coach Mendenhall wanted a carry. Carpenter will check out. Powell will come in.
Give Carpenter a little blow for about a minute and then get him right back.
Price gets it in to Harden. He's in the backcourt. Now he gets it to Payne. Over to Price. Harden up top. Johnson calling for it. They get it to him. Powell's guarding him. Johnson wants Payne to move somewhere. Johnson up top, still guarded by Powell. Now over to Harden. Knights just eating up clock. They lead by 4 with 4:20 on the clock. Harden trying to go by Wharton. Almost threw it away. Now Johnson with it. Guarded by Powell. Spin move stripped away by Powell. Nice defensive play. Drew on the other end. He's going up. Foul is called. He'll head to the line for a pair. Nice defensive play from Eric Powell.
Nice steal by Powell, getting the back tip and knocking it loose, and his teammate comes up with it, goes the full length of the court. Gets fouled. Go to the line to shoot 2.
Evan Drew is at the line. His first one is good.
Got it.
Making it a 3-point game. Lexington Catholic had the momentum at one point and could have blown this one open, but Lafayette, which started off with that 3-pointer from Cameron Green up in the corner, is right back in it, and Carpenter will get ready to check back in. Drew knocks down the second one, making it a 2-point game. Carpenter will come in for Drew.
Give him about a minute, then get him back in for the last 4-minute stretch, 3-minute stretch.
Folks, we have a ball game here at Lexington Catholic. Final playing game of the 43rd District. They get it inside to Whitman. He's fouled and one. Count it. Pete Whitman going up with authority. Nice feed from Zan Payne to get it inside. And Peter Whitman is pumped up after that and one. Whitman, a 58% free throw shooter, knocks down the and one. Gives the Knights a 5-point lead.
And they've backed the press off a little bit. In the 42nd District, we've got a score. Sayer leads, I think, Henry Clay tonight, 56-47 with 3 minutes to go. 9-point lead.
Wharton with it up top. Now gets it to Carpenter. Guarded by Harden. Screen set by Hayes. Hayes rolled, but kind of tripped up after he set that screen. Now Wharton will have it. Wharton backs it back out. Brings it to the center of the court. Johnson staying with him. Now they get it to Carpenter on the wing. Screen set again by Hayes. He rolls, goes right to the basket. Swatted away by Whitman.
Nice job of Whitman coming over from the backside to block that shot and to help on the defense.
Outstanding defensive play from Peter Whitman after getting the and one on the other end. Johnson will have it up top. Gets it to Harden, guarded by Greenup.
Catholic's going to bleed a little clock here.
Lafayette's got to become a little more aggressive. Can't let Lexington Catholic get these easy shots that they've been allowing them because they've been getting the offensive makes. Harden goes straight to the rim. He goes up.
And a layup. Oh,
missed it at point-blank range.
Oh, my goodness.
Harden might not have expected that open of a layup. Now Carpenter has it. He can cut back into this lead. Guarded by Price. Shoots a three-pointer. The ref waves it off.
Got a foul, but Payne reaching around on the block down there against Hayes.
Foul call on Zan Payne. Evan Drew will check back in for Eric Powell for the Generals. Drew will inbound it underneath. for Lafayette. 2:30 on the clock. Knights lead it by 5. Drew wants to get it in, and Hayes had to throw it away, and they call a foul on Wharton.
And he'll go to the line to shoot 1-1 down here at this end. Harden will go shoot 1.
Big time mistake from Lafayette. Threw it into the corner to Hayes, and he had to save it. It was a bad pass to begin with. And then Wharton with the push. Harden will head back to the line.
And everybody standing down there on the offensive end. Nobody moving to try to get open with the ball.
Want to shout out Max Spartman for the Lexington Catholic Knights. He's usually their backup center, but he is out with mono.
Payne over the Brett on the rebound. And we'll go to the other end. Nope, we won't either. Bonus situation. Lafayette will take the ball out, go full court.
Lafayette still down by 5. Wharton, Harden, and a couple of the refs trying to clean up a sweat spot on the court.
Yep. Little house cleaning.
Indeed, and we're ready for play here. 2:26 left in this one. Knights lead by 5. They get it in. No pressure from Lexington Catholic on that possession. Wharton will bring it up.
And they're playing man-to-man now, Catholic has to kind of keep a little pressure on the ball.
Wharton with a nice blow-by. Goes to the rim. Lost it. Hayes came up with it. Called a foul on Whitman, I believe. And they do call a foul on Peter Whitman. Reached in on Hayes when he went for that ball.
On the shot, I think he was fouled. No call. We got nobody moving again.
Trying to get it in. They do to Greenup. Johnson almost stole away, but he over-pursued. Greenup thought about a 3. Now he goes to the rim over Whitman. And 1! Greenup! Big-time shot from number 4. It all started with Johnson over-pursuing on that play, and it freed up Greenup. Whitman went with the closeout, assumed a 3-pointer, and then he went straight to the rim with the right hand.
Greenup did a nice job making that little head fake like he was going to shoot it to get Whitman up on him, and then went by to get the body.
This free throw to complete the and 1 is good. Rolls in. 2-point ball game. Cameron Greenup has had big-time plays in this second half to keep Lafayette in this ball game. Johnson will inbound it, gets it into Price. Lafayette with the full court pressure. Price just brings it straight up the court. He's trapped. He throws it up. Whitman's there, luckily for the Knights. Could have been trouble for Lexington Catholic. Now Drew guarding Harden up top. Screen set by Payne. Harden trying to get through. He's dribbling around. Coach Salzman's going to call a timeout.
Yep. Full timeout.
Full timeout. And we will step aside and be right back. Under 2 minutes, Lexington Catholic leads it by 2.
Take a little walk with me. I'll keep you in good company and be there for you till the end. You'll never be alone, my friend.
At Lexington Catholic, Knights leading it by 2 by a score of 53-51.
And across town at the 42nd District, Sayre leads Henry Clay 60-52 with 1:57 to go, I think. Just a report from our friends at WL Stats.
And we thank them for that update on other scores in Lexington. Meanwhile, here at Lexington Catholic, this place is jumping. Both student sections are getting into it, and Lafayette is within 2 points of the number 1 seed, Lexington Catholic. Cross-court pass to Price. He drives the baseline, now brings it back out. Up top to Javen Harden. Johnson wants the basketball. He'll come and get it. Wharton is pressuring him up top. He's got to get it across that 5-second line, and he does. Gets it inside to Payne. Payne goes up, and they'll call a foul.
On Greenup, I think. Hayes did a nice job coming over and defending on the backside, but Payne will go to the line and shoot 2.
With 2 guys there, you just got to go straight up. Now Payne will head to the line for 2. Chance to make this a 2-possession ball game. First one is good. Eric Powell checks in for Evan Drew. 3-point game. Payne will shoot the second one. And got it. Knights lead by 4. Carpenter gets it across to Powell. Powell dribbles it up. He's splitting defenders. Gets a nice pass. Tipped away, though, by Johnson. Quick hands. Yep. Had Hayes cutting wide open to the basket. Johnson just stuck that hand in there to knock it away.
A little bounce pass would have been better idea, but he had the right idea, just the execution of the pass.
And Lafayette's had trouble with inbounding that basketball under the basket, but they get it in fine there. Trying to work it inside to Hayes, the big fella, going up on Whitman.
Oh, missed it.
And he'll head to the line for 2. Whitman not happy with the call. He thought he was standing straight up. Still standing in that position. So Hayes will head to the free throw line. 60.5% free throw shooter on the season is Devontae Hayes. First one is short. It's almost deafening in here from that Lexington Catholic student section. Really got loud on that one. Hayes came up short. Needs to make this one to make it another 1-possession ball game. Hayes' second free throw is,
he got the roll.
It hit the front rim and fell in.
Didn't look like it was going over, did it?
It did look short, but he got the friendly roll. 3-point game. Johnson will bring it up. Doesn't cross half court yet. Now he gets it across to Harden. Harden's double teamed. Harden gets it back to Johnson, almost stolen by Greenup. He over pursued. Johnson will dribble it up. Stolen away.
Off
that
his
one was
leg.
tipped.
No.
Not sure who it was off of.
Oh, no.
The referee towards half court will give it to Lexington Catholic.
I think it went off Johnson's leg, but the official said no.
We had a good view from it up here. Under a minute now, 56 seconds. Johnson has it at the logo. He's doubled. Now Wharton backs off. Johnson's going to drive. It looked like a push-off. Got away with something maybe. Johnson wants a screen from Payne. Sets one on Drew. Now he's doubled. Gets it to Payne. Harden's open. He's out on the wing. 35 seconds. Johnson has the ball. Payne sets a screen, and Wharton will foul Johnson. Luke Johnson will head to the free throw line with 31.2 seconds left in this ball game.
Timeout.
Coach
a little
timeout.
He looked at the bench and said, "Coach, can I have a breather? I want to sit down a minute. I'm a little tired."
He did look tired indeed, and Luke Johnson will be at the line. We're going to keep it here. 31 seconds left here at Lexington Catholic. Johnson is a 73.2% free throw shooter, about average.
Anytime you can get above 72 at 73, you're doing good. You'd like to get up in the 80s, but as a high school, you'd like to get to 73, 75. As a team, you're doing real good.
Two of Luke Johnson's biggest free throws in his high school career coming up. Can extend this to a 2-possession ball game as the Knights lead by 3. Johnson will head to the line. Ref gives him the ball. Johnson puts down 2 dribbles. Puts up the first one. No good.
Short-armed it.
And we can go back to a game Lexington Catholic played earlier this year against Perry County Central. Luke Johnson missed 4 straight free throws at the end of that one to put it away. That one ended up going into double overtime. Johnson makes the second one. He just needed one of those to make it a 2-possession ball game. 30 seconds now. Wharton will bring it up.
Need to go ahead and attack the basket.
They don't necessarily need a 3-pointer here, but Carpenter pulls up. That one's short. Whitman pulls it in. Gets it to Johnson, and Johnson's hugged by Wharton. Luke Johnson will come back to the other end to shoot free throws again. That was kind of a rush shot from Carpenter.
Yeah, he needed to attack the basket. Had plenty of time left. Had 20-some seconds when he took the shot to attack the basket and try to get a three-point play that way. There's still all kinds of time.
Luke Johnson will be at the line for 2 free throws. Coach Salzman talking to the other 4 Lexington Catholic players towards the sideline.
I'm not sure how many timeouts Lafayette has. Maybe 1.
Johnson knocks down the first one. 5-point lead for Lexington Catholic. 17.1 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Now you might say Lafayette will need a three-pointer on this possession.
Yeah.
Johnson makes the second one.
Yeah.
58-52. Wharton will bring it up. Goes inside, mid-range pull-up jumper, knocks it down.
Timeout.
Timeout, Coach Mendenhall. Will be a full timeout. Wharton knocked down that mid-range jumper, making it a 4-point game. Now the Generals are going to have to look for a steal first and then foul immediately. Coach Salzman going to draw up a play for his Knights to break through the press.
Yeah, 34 seconds to go.
And in the 42nd district tonight, Sayre leads Henry Clay 67-57 with 34 seconds left in the game.
Looks like Sayre will wrap that one up.
Man. First thing Coach Salzman's got to do is make sure he's got the right play called to get the ball inbounds to the right person, and that's probably Johnson.
Yes.
Either that or Payne. Make sure they get the ball inbounds. Once they get the ball inbounds, then take care of the basketball. That's the first thing. You know, people say, well, what would you do in this situation? Well, the first thing you got to do is get the ball inbounds. I mean, you don't want a 5-second count. You don't want a turnover.
And for Lafayette, they want to go immediately for the steal, and if that's not there right away, you got to foul.
Correct.
Price will inbound it, the junior for Lexington Catholic. He has the baseline. Johnson cuts towards the basket. They get it to Harden, and Harden's fouled by Wharton. Coach Salzman wanted that ball in the hands of Johnson. Wasn't happy with T.C. Price.
I mean, it's a selection of who to throw the ball to. I think, is that 5 fouls on Wharton? Yep.
It is, and Eric Powell will check back in. Javen Harden's a 55.6% free throw shooter on the year. Just a sophomore, but he's made 4 big ones in this fourth quarter. He's at the line for 2, 7.1 on the clock. Lafayette down by 4. First one from Harden is short, off the front wing.
Problem is, I don't think Lafayette has a timeout left. If they do score, Lexington Catholic doesn't even have to touch the ball. It can roll out of bounds for 5 seconds.
Exactly. Harden's second one off the back iron, no good. Lafayette's got to go. Carpenter has it in his hands. Shoots a three-pointer.
Nope.
No good. And Lexington Catholic is going to do it. The Knights will clinch an 11th region berth and a date with LCA on Friday in the district championship. The Knights win it by a final score of 58-56, and they had to fight back in this one with a couple times where they were down early on. Lafayette led by 3 at halftime, and the Knights did a good job of starting to limit those turnovers and then get points off of Lafayette's turnovers.
Exactly. They came out, Lexington Catholic did, and took control of the game in the early minutes of the third quarter. Lafayette did go back up once, but I'm telling you, Catholic just stayed with it, finally got the lead, getting some easy baskets on those turnovers. Lafayette commits 16 turnovers, 14 for Lexington Catholic. Just too many turnovers there. It led to too many layups for Lexington Catholic, and that's what got them the lead. Lafayette shot 7 of 13 outside the arc. Lexington Catholic's only 2 for 3, 20 for 33. And when you shoot like that, you're going to win basketball games. And
that's exactly how you do it. Now, looking ahead to Friday, another rematch for a third time. Lexington Catholic, Lexington Christian. Catholic has beat them twice this year, but Lafayette, or LCA rather, had a big-time win over the defending state champions on last night, beating Taviana Hollingsworth and Dunbar.
Exactly.
What do you expect on Friday?
Well, I think the other night Lexington Christian found that they need to use their height inside, and that may be the factor in Friday night's game with Lexington Catholic and Lexington Christian, as both teams have some height inside. It'll be the guard to play again because of the press situation that will determine the winner of that game, the turnovers.
All right, folks, we'll step aside here. Lexington Catholic wins it by a final score of 58-56 over Lafayette. Carpenter drives on Payne, now back up to Powell for three. Knocks it down. And then getting the first basket of the game. Now Johnson brings it up, gets it to Whitman inside. Easy left-hand finish. Back to Wharton, he has it on the wing. Now up top to Drew, guarded by Scott. Looks back to get the play call. Stolen away by Blake Scott.
Just being lazy with it.
Fell asleep into the corner to Carpenter. He tries to put a move on Whitman. Now he's doubled. Gets it to Greenup. Greenup for three. Knocks it down. Blows a kiss to the student section of Lexington Catholic. Goes up, and a little too much on that one. Payne gets the offensive board. That one's good. Giving the Knights a 2-point lead. Now Carpenter muscles it inside, uses the glass, and finishes. Payne guarded by King. Pressure on him. Now he turns and drives. Goes straight up to the rim and finishes. 15 points on the season. Knights with a 2-point lead. Carpenter gets it in the corner of the King. He fires. Hand in his face. Knocked it down. Big three-pointer from Cameron King. Scott, but Lafayette comes up with it. King at the other end. He goes up. Draws the contact. No call, but knocks it. At the end of the first quarter. Bailey's open. He'll shoot it. Knocks it down. Wharton drives on Johnson. Puts it up. No good. Pulled in by Hayes. He goes straight back up with it and finishes. Now gets it to Price. Price drives the baseline. Nice play by T.C. Price. For Lexington Catholic in this quarter. King will get it inside, dishes it off to Surratt, the freshman. Finishing goes up on Surratt. Nice defense from the big fella.
Catholic's ball on the alternate possession.
That's exactly how you defend.
He's done a very nice job. When he had the opportunity for the layup, he got the stick back.
Carpenter goes straight to the rim, draws the contact, and they call a blocking foul on Payne in the second quarter. Another turnover. Johnson got a hand on that one. He goes straight to the rim with the right hand and one. Luke Johnson has a chance to tie it up here with Lafayette. Harding just going a little too fast on that one. Surratt fires another three-pointer. That one's good. Ray Surratt. And Carpenter crosses the half-court line. He gets inside, gives it to Hayes. Hayes is blocked. Met at the rim by Scott.
And one.
But he gets it back and gets the and one. Devontae Hayes. 3 minutes left in the first half. Stolen away by Johnson. He goes straight to the rack and finishes. To Bailey. Bailey pumps to Hardin. Now Payne goes up with the floater, knocks it down. He's going to get it to King. King drives the baseline. He lost it, but Surratt came up with it and finished. In the first half, Generals lead it by 2 over Lexington Catholic here in the final playing game. Carpenter drives, stripped away by Bailey. Off Carpenter's leg. 15 seconds, gets it up to Bailey. Throws it over to Payne. Payne finishes off the glass. 4 seconds now. Carpenter sees the clock. He's got to shoot it. Runner, got it! Carpenter at the buzzer. And the Generals will go to the locker room with a 3-point lead over the #1 seed. Johnson brings to the other end. Nice pass inside to Payne. That one is good. Sam Payne. Scott comes up with it and finds Johnson. Johnson goes straight to the rack, off the glass, and good. Now Price drives in. He goes up, no good. Whitman tries to get it, and they're going to call a foul on Greenup. Now Wharton has it. He's pushing. Goes straight to the rim. Wide open path down the middle of the key. And Wharton with his speed went straight down the middle. Now working inside to Whitman. He goes up with it over Hayes and finishes. Nice crossover from Carpenter. He goes straight inside. Gives it to Hayes. Hayes finishes.
Nice pass. Nice shot.
Generals lead it by 1. Gets it inside to Payne. Nice feed from Johnson. Carpenter rather, and Drew passing it back and forth. Now Drew gets it to Greenup. Corner 3. Knocks it down. Greenup. Johnson cutting across in the backcourt. They get it to Payne. He turns around. Fires. Got it. Now Wharton will get inside. Penetrates, drives, gives it to Greenup. Greenup tried to get it to Powell. Stolen away by Johnson.
It'll be a layup.
Nice pass from Johnson to Price. He finishes off the glass. Inbound it. Payne's close on him. He gets it into Carpenter.
Lost
Harper
it.
has it stolen away by Harden. And Harden's met at the rim by Wharton, and that will avoid him from getting the and one. But
I'm really starting to fall behind.
A lot of people out there are drowning in debt.
We're Atkinson, Sims, and Kermode. You can have a brighter future away from debt.
We've come up with a way to get you started for less.
Say no to debt. Get your bankruptcy started for as little as $78 today. In Lexington and now in London.
I'm really starting to fall behind.
A lot of people out there are drowning in debt.
We're Atkinson.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got the 2 stars from Lexington Catholic here, Luke Johnson and Zan Payne. Guys, this is the first time you're taking this team to the region. How does it feel?
It feels awesome. They knocked us out last year. We're excited to come in here and get a big win against them.
And Zan, you guys are playing LCA again on Friday for the district championship. And in the first meeting you guys played them this year, you and Luke kind of stole the show, doing a lot of the scoring. And in the second one, you guys ran away with it. How are you going to play against them again for the third time?
The same way. We're going to keep the same intensity, and we're going to play hard, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and tonight you guys did a really good job of making that comeback in the first half. Lafayette led by 3. A lot of turnovers there, but you guys really slimmed it down in the second half. But what did Coach Salzman tell you guys at halftime?
He just kept telling us that we were fine. It slowed down. We don't need to rush anything. They have a great press, and they caused a lot of problems for us. But we did a good job in the second half of taking our time, slowing it down a little bit, getting in our offenses and scoring.
And how does it feel to be the senior leader on this team? It's obviously your senior season. You're coming off that career high on senior night of 43. How does it feel to be able to take your team to regionals this year?
It feels awesome. It's such a great feeling. We're just really excited to play LCA on Friday and to get in the region tournament.
And how big is this LCA game on Friday? You guys got to play them again, like we said, for the third time. But you could get a #1 seed in the region. How big would that be?
It's going to be really big. I think we have a great chance to get it.
All right, I want to bring Coach Salzman in over here. Coach Salzman, good game, and this is the first time you can bring this group to the region, and how's that going to be?
Well, it was a lot better than last year, and when we went home last year, it was really tough on everybody. Especially those 2 guys right there. They felt like they let some guys down, even though they had incredible years. And we got in there at halftime, and we were down 3, and I could see it in their eyes.
Yeah, we didn't have Big Pete up here, but he had a big-time game, getting him inside. He's one of the best field goal shooters in the state, and he had a big-time game. How do you feel about Peter going forward, being able to dominate inside?
We challenged Peter at halftime. I thought that some of their size bothered him a little bit, and he came out like a man possessed. It makes me say Jack Whitman, who I don't even remember who that is anymore. But Pete's come a long way. He's definitely my favorite Whitman right now. I know that's tough for all the Whitmans to hear, but he's definitely my favorite. But he's got to keep getting better. He's got to keep working. He's got to keep doing what we ask him to do. And if he does, we're going to be tough going down the stretch. We got 4 or 5, even 6 guys who can score the ball, and we're doing a great job of playing team basketball.
Yeah, that's one thing that's really been huge lately. And the first time you played LCA, it was kind of the opposite, though. Luke and Zan did a lot of the scoring, but then in that second matchup, it was more of a team effort, and you were able to blow them out in the second half. What are you going to do to be able to replicate that again on Friday?
You got any ideas?
I'm not sure.
I don't know. We'll have to see. We've been working on this game for so long. Last year with our loss in the first round of the district, we didn't want to duplicate it, so we haven't even really thought about who we're playing. We know LCA's having a great year. First time they've ever been to the regional tournament. That's very exciting for them, I know, and we'll have to do some things to win the game, but our kids have done it all year long. We'll try and practice